It's that time for another Pink Culture Presents, and let me tell you, we have caught this man at rather a prime time.
Is that what you put Q laughter?
So we have got so we have got reality TV star from Made in Chelsea, entrepreneur and owner of possibly one of the coolest beer companies in England. Harvey, welcome to the show.
Wow, what an intro.
Mate,
Thank you, mate. I appreciate that.
How are you?
Yeah, good.
Cue laughter.
That was great.
Yeah, so I think I was going to go into the Made in Chelsea side of things first, but I thought a lot of people obviously know you from Made in Chelsea, but many won't know perhaps who you are. So I thought it's good to ask, what were you doing before you went on the show? What was your life pre-MIC?
Well, quick sort of span of my childhood, I guess. I grew up in Australia. Dad's an Aussie. Mum is Spanish. I moved to Spain when I was 12. So I've never actually lived in the UK. Gibraltar.
Yes.
Yeah. But I live just outside of there, so in a sort of Spanish town near Marbella called Sotogrande.
Oh, yes.
So I haven't ever really lived in the UK, but I've sort of grown up across the world, and I got sent to school here in the UK. I went to Newcastle University, spent 4 years there doing business and finance, and then that kind of led me into a job in PwC doing accounting. So a very extremely different world to what I'm in now. So I was doing audit, very boring, very dull, but it was a great sort of I guess structure and base to my career progression. And I always knew, I basically did a fast track course through university where it accelerated me to get this ACA done, this qualification, which is relatively dull. So if I could do it in a quicker succession, I was going to. So I did, and then I was like, nope, this is not for me. Let's do reality TV and beer.
And TV, beer.
Yeah,
it's a great combo.
What's the other extreme to audit?
Yeah, I mean that's quite the jump. So when did you first go on Made in Chelsea?
So it's almost come up to 3-year anniversary today.
Is it?
November, end of November is when I joined. So I joined out in Buenos Aires about 3 years ago. About 6 months after I started Primetime. So Primetime was developing. It was a seed. Right. It was a fetus. A little bit of the bubbly. Something or other.
It was quite literally a little bit of the bubbly.
Yeah, it wasn't Primetime. There was no name, but there was a concept. We had a caffeine infused lager, and I wanted to do beer, and beer is something I've always drunk and I've loved, and I just wanted to get into the kind of hospitality event space, which is basically and beer gets you in there, and have a bit of fun away from this mundane audit life that I was in. So
that's music to my ears. I mean, it looks like you're having a blast. But, I mean, to go back to Made in Chelsea, because it's getting that bit over with. You went in Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires.
How did that come about?
The way that anyone gets on the show, it's really a social scene. It's do you know someone? Is there a mutual connection? Can you come in with a storyline, a reason to be there? And I had my ex, Sophie Habu, who's now with Jamie. She had been on, engaged. Yeah. She had been on the show for a year and a half. I'd basically been asked when I left university, and I said no, and I explored it as a kind of businessman and assessing opportunities.
Why did you say no?
Because I was doing my accounting. I started another 3 exams, I had another year and a bit of work experience. Right. I had this path. I'd invested 3 and 4 years into it. I had the last year and a bit to do, and I wasn't going to be thrown off by it. I tried to see if I could do it together, assess both things, but I did ask work, and they were like, no, because of risk of association, you can't move on. So something had come out that I was a twat, which
we disagree. We think it's great.
If something,
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Something sinister had come out, which obviously there isn't anything out there. They might have pulled it up, and it's not right. So I did that, and I was kind of in. I wasn't in that mindset. I didn't want to be on reality TV. It's not something I've always been a man of fortune over fame. Fame isn't something I like. I didn't like being in the public eye per se. I do like the value it can bring to business and sort of the wider world. So I was always going to take a financial career path while I was in audit into private equity or corporate finance or investment, something a bit more sort of commercial facing, a bit more exciting within finance, as exciting as it can get. So just a bit more.
There's a little bit of the money. That's the main thing.
It's a bit of money chasing that industry, but Yeah, I was like, right, no, I don't want to do this. I set my sights on this business, doing my own thing, building my own business, and that was Primetime. And then I got the opportunity. They were knocking on my door a lot after Sophie went on, because we broke up within a week. She went on, so it was like it was a bit of a like
overlap.
There was a bit of a story behind how she got on.
Because I read, I was reading. Obviously, I'd spoken to you before about how you come on the show, but I read you were out there on business, and you just happened to bump into Habs in the middle of Buenos Aires. Well played, made in Chelsea. Well played.
Hola.
Yeah.
Cerveza?
Buenos dias.
Yeah, basically, Sam and I, we always say it, like, we both joined the show, we both had this concept, this beer, and we did the show very much to use it as a medium to promote the beer.
Brilliant.
So we, like, day one, we were like out there for like meeting like breweries and.
Oh, it was okay.
Yeah, but
cool.
we hadn't. It was just a bit. It was a bit smoke and mirrors, because we were like, we know we're doing something. Let's use the show to.
Why not? Why not?
And now we're here and it's real, and it's
all pretty real.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, do you think it did what you wanted it to do in terms of giving you that platform to push your beers?
Yeah, massively. It did, and like as well in the lead up to bringing this thing to life, like I didn't have an income. I was fully self-funded, so I had to do something to keep my head above water, pay the bills, save as much as I can, siphon it off to Primetime, bring this thing to life, turn it into something investable, then finally get investment, and then.
How did you find? Because I remember, I can't remember where I saw this. Something, I think it was a podcast you did where you were saying, look, I was pretty much paycheck to paycheck at the time when Primetime was beginning. So I guess that was when you were raising.
No, even like it was more when I went from audit and accounting, and I was on a decent salary at a young age, at 22, 23. I then took the back step to the beginnings of Made in Chelsea, the basic entry salary of Made in Chelsea. No Instagram following, so I couldn't generate anything from brand deals. So I just took a big back step, and I had like no money. I couldn't even pay my rent. And that was the hardest bit. And I knew it was always going to be a back step, but then up. But it was like 2 years of 3, only until very recently. I'm
really
kind of back to maybe 6, until I raised investment, paying myself a salary, which has only been very recent.
So you properly did the entrepreneur graft.
I did the drop down and the rise,
And now it does seem like things are really. One thing I saw the other day is I caught a clip of Made in Chelsea, and I know TV shows typically, I don't know which channels do this, but it seems like most don't let you talk about brands, even if they're your own. But I saw the Primetime van in the background.
Optimus Primetime.
Yeah, Optimus Primetime. I saw.
They're tight. There's Ofcom regulations, which means they're tight on like what they can show in brand from a brand aspect, but they also follow our reality.
Got a good wedge of the screen.
Yeah.
You're stood in front of it. Yeah.
So those are the only apps I watch back. Yeah. Because I go, right, I just want to see what
clip it, saying, social media.
But I mean that's just moments like that. It all makes it worth it.
Amazing.
That's like the brand exposure there is perfect.
Yeah, it's been really awesome because I mean I remember talking to you when we were both really starting out, and the journey you've had has been awesome. Like you've got the Primetime van. I've seen you in loads of pubs and boozers, bars, and the support from your network is nuts. Like all your mates, people on the show, your mates, I see it constantly bombarded, and even when we go out for beers, if we see a Primetime, you just buy it, which is such a, it's cool, isn't it, having that big support.
Yeah.
How have you found that?
Yeah, mate, it's great. It's great to have support your mates. It's great to have exposure to a network that we do. And it's something Sam and I have always developed, because we are, our kind of interest further than beer is people. We just like being out and about. We like getting on with people.
Social.
We like, social butterfly. And he's been back in the club game and promoter game, so he's always been very good at that. And equally, so do I. I just love getting to know people, getting to understand what they do, their businesses. Like, how can we help you? How can you make me help you? Help me. You know that, like back and forth.
I love it. It's brilliant.
And it's that interdependency that we're very good at. And we're like, right, well, will you do this for me? I'll do this for you. And like, you start to see it now with things like that, and it always come full circle. So
it's nice, particularly in London, because I don't know if you found this, but it's sometimes quite intimidating. Maybe people are not wanting you to succeed, but all I've found since starting our journey, particularly, and I guess you have as well, is people actually love seeing people. They want to help. They want to get involved.
Yeah, massively. I mean, there's there's an affirmation kind of theory that if you don't love seeing people succeed, you'll never succeed.
Love
if
that.
You don't buy,
that's spot on.
Yeah, if you don't buy into, if you don't sort of vibrate that same frequency, and you don't go, look at this guy, fucking doing amazing. I want to hang around with him. I want to do. I want to shadow him. I just want to do what he's doing. You're never going to get.
100%, man.
You can't sit there and like just he must be cheating. Oh, he must be.
You waste so much energy, don't you, doing
like
it?
You just have to be on that frequency. Yeah. So, and that comes with supporting people doing the same.
Love that.
Learn from it,
Now, one thing I want to move on to. So, just for the viewers, obviously Harvey is partnered up with Sam Holmes, who I'll pop an image here. We love Sam. He is one half of Primetime. Fantastic entrepreneur as well. The story behind Primetime cracks me up. Tell me about how it actually came to fruition.
Well, how we met. So the story of how Sam and I met, which
That's
is
good
kind
as well,
of like
actually.
the beginning. But it was we basically bumped into each other on a train.
Yes.
Got on a train. Poodle hair kid on train. So he was a very like distinguishable, recognisable bloke. Had this long like shaggy poodle hair.
Yeah.
And we had mutual mates, and I was walking down the train when I was on the way up to Newcastle, up to uni, and he was also on the way up, and I was going to get a beer from the bar, and he was sat there with a case of beer on his lap, and I was like, I just kind of semi-drunk, obviously had a few beers.
Yeah.
I was like, definitely know you, mate, and he was like, no, what? And then I was like, Harry Laughlin, Harry Bodger. I've named a few mutuals. I was like, I've definitely seen you in their Instagram. He was like, yeah. Then we like bonded there. Then we had a night out in Newcastle that night. The next consecutive weekend, I was back down in London for my like work experience thing I was doing, and met in Bubbas Slosh. And then the third consecutive.
Bubbas Slosh.
Yeah, this is what used to be.
What a name!
This is where he was promoting.
Bubbas Slosh.
Bubbas Slosh used to be Mahiki. Is now bloody what's it called?
Tattoo.
No,
I think in London.
I might complete one of the Incipio groups, Prince, Pagoda.
Oh, yeah. Percy's. Yeah.
Percy's. Yeah. That's changed a lot of hands, that one. But,
it has.
Yeah, and then the third consecutive weekend, we met down at a house party in Oxford Brooks.
Oh, really?
3 weekends in a row, and we were like, did we just become best friends?
Did we just become best friends? I love that.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yup!
Yeah, so
those stories.
That was what it was from. And then, Primetime, it kind of developed off. I mean, the seed was really a night out in Ibiza, third night on the trot.
A little bit of the beefer.
A little bit of the beefer.
Beefer.
And
all the best stories come from
it was
Ibiza.
a case of, being absolutely knackered, like, you know how Ibiza goes. And my boys been like, right, let's go out. I was like, I can't do tonight. One of them slipped me a coffee, one of them slipped me a beer. I had them both. I was like, I was feeling better, physically better, but like stomach-wise, I was like, that just doesn't settle well. The creamy coffee, the bubbly like fizzy beer. I was like, no. But why is this not combined? Like, it's put me on the level. It's made me back in my prime. Like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, in your prime. Oh, the story.
Yeah, that's where it comes from. It's all
beautiful.
about the feel-good, like living in your prime, and that comes with the low-calorie nature, the low-carb nature.
We have these beautiful drinks. They are actually delicious, like really nice. I haven't actually had the caffeine one.
Man,
I'll go on then.
Yeah, go on.
How you like me now?
Yeah, it's really nice. One sip though does make me like, oh, let's go out.
I could do I'll do another one. Ding dong ding.
What's he got? He's got more treats from Harvey.
Right, he's back.
Oh, he's a little bit of the bubbly. So, I mean, what a story behind Primetime. Now, oh damn, I'm going to get the quote wrong. So I read somewhere online on the wonderful World Wide Web that you are known for your suave and impeccable fashion sense.
Is this
legit?
Really?
Yeah, legit.
I couldn't figure out if that was a sarcastic comment.
No, I wouldn't throw you on. So that leads me nicely onto the next. I know you're doing some interesting stuff with Primetime clothing line.
Yes.
Looks really, really interesting. See, segue.
Nice segue. Well, firstly, I'm very flattered about that comment.
I thought it was
about my
great.
fashion, yeah, that's great.
You've got some great
I've
pics
heard
on
some
that.
worse things out there.
I saw none of those. I've got the Harvey tyre block filter. Yeah.
Yes, we're literally about to do a merch drop.
Sick.
Pre-Christmas, and all profits going to charity, also homeless. Homeless
Amazing.
is like a charity that we support.
Yep.
It's Primetime. Back to that kind of ethos that Primetime is. It's about everyone being in their prime. No one should be at rock bottom, and trying to bring up an independent community that helps each other out.
Yeah, I love that.
So we're trying to do our bit, and yeah, so that's one of the things we're doing.
We'll pop some links in the down below, of course.
Link.
Never thought I'd do that. Down below.
All right, here.
Link down below. YouTuber.
Yeah, so we're doing that. That's the first thing, first merch drop. Well, actually, we've done merch. Actually, we haven't really pushed it as like.
It seems like you're going down a different route with it, rather than just because a lot of companies just brand stuff. We don't do that, but yours looks like you're taking it down a different route.
Yeah, we're going for it as like a fashionable approach. We want it to be something you'll wear, regardless of whether it's prime time or not.
Yeah.
Like, it's very light on it being prime time. It's actually just cool garments, really cool hoodies, really cool tees. We've got some nice beanies. Thought I was wearing one.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, and some really cool beanies. I thought I was wearing one,
didn't you? Yeah, nice. They look really nice.
Yeah, thank
Absolutely.
you. Absolutely.
Acting.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, man, they do look sick though, and yeah, looking forward to the drop. So what's next for Primetime then? Because you've obviously got the 2 beers. You're doing. I mean, we haven't even touched on the festivals you did this summer. I saw at Primetime. You've got. I hear there's a bit of transport being added to your collection.
Double deckers.
Yeah.
Not the chocolate bar.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. So we've bought a double decker bus. That's a little fun project.
That's going to be awesome to see.
Which we are converting to a bar, and that's going to be like our activation festival piece. That we park up.
That's amazing.
Fully like full service bar. Upstairs is like a DJ booth, a little lounge area.
We're definitely part of it.
I think we're going to put a water slide off the side as well. Like one of those blow up ones that you have on a yacht, just so you can I don't know.
We're definitely going to do a festival with you.
We should.
Ping Primetime sort of party.
And then what we've got our converted taxi, which is like a London taxi. We've got a phone booth as well. So we're basically trying to create all these London-centric, traditional objects that you know London to be the red buses, the taxis.
And they become notorious because all I know of the cab with the bus. Obviously, you'll know of that.
And then we're just kind of modernising them in the same way that beer is traditional and Primetime is like modern.
It is a modernisation.
We're trying to do that with our sort of London-centric objects. So that's kind of what we're doing with our marketing. And so we've got that. We've got actually an investment in a bar. So we're looking to kind of vertically integrate.
Really? Amazing.
We're looking to open that sort of early next year, and that's going to be like the headquarters of Primetime.
What's that brand? Brewdog, watch out.
Brewdog, watch out. I think they are watching out.
Yeah, they will be. Trust me, they will be. Our competitors, we see them peeking on our stories and whatnot.
We see you.
Awesome. Okay. Right. As you know, Pink Culture, we've actually done one of these before. Technical issues, but we like to segment on an activity. Now, Bubba Oasis actually is under the company Bubba Hospitality. I think you actually know Rob.
Yeah, very well.
And they do a rolled ice cream experience. So we're going to do some rolled ice and see what you can infuse into it. So thank you so much, mate. Cheers for coming on.
Cheers, mate. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Right, it's freezing, it's the middle of winter, so let's make some ice cream. Today's experience, we are at Bubba Oasis with Bubba Ice. So we're going to make some rolled ice cream. Well, Harvey's going to make some with some interesting infusions. Here with Bubba Ice today, making a beer ice cream. So it's pretty out there.
So a little pick-me-up beer ice cream, a bit of caffeine, lager on the pot. And we're going to bit of the bubbly, bit of the ice cream. How's that? A good amount?
That's great. Yeah.
Right, this is my first rodeo.
You're doing good. Remember, scrape it and scrape it.
That is another awesome Pink Culture Presents done. We had Johnny show us how to make some pretty awesome ice cream.
Not bad.
Rolled, mushed, we did it all. And we had Harvey, some amazing stories. So check it out, Pink Culture Presents with Harvey, Johnny and Bubba Oasis.